There's some magic that happens when you finally come into agreement with who God says you really are. When you start to become certain and grounded in the qualities that make up your unique design, there is a level of self-esteem and structure to who you are that is undeniable. You all know the person, right? When they walk in the room, you can sense they know exactly who they are. There's a gravitational pull toward that person. This is what happens when you finally realize who you are really designed to be. That level of trust in yourself, that love for yourself, that belief in yourself, the substance of who you are starts to become thick and resilient. Two really cool things that happen is this sense of durability that you have about yourself. What I mean by that is your idea of who you are, your self-concept, starts to become resilient and durable up against opposition, challenge, or obstacle. What somebody thinks about you no longer dictates how you think about yourself. Whether somebody is nice or mean or angry or joyful, none of it seeps in to affect your idea of who you are. The world can throw whatever they want to throw at you, and they will. And when it happens, no longer do we take the negative emotional spiral downward that says, oh, this person doesn't like me, so I don't like me. Oh, this thing didn't go the way that I wanted it to go. I'm a loser. Oh, this person isn't attracted to me. Oh, I must not be valuable. None of that happens. You start to put a cap on that, and you start to recognize the world for what it is, and you start to recognize yourself for who you are. The world's not designed to be your best friend all the time. Some things are for you, some things are not for you. And when you walk around with the durability of who you are, you can allow the world to be what it is without it affecting your idea of yourself. Even the people closest to you, they have positive intention to who they are, but sometimes deliveries are messed up. Sometimes people don't talk to you the way that you want to be talked to. And that can seep into our idea of ourselves. But when you start to come into full agreement with who God says you are through a real exploration of your life, of your desires, of your goals, of your hangups, of the things that went wrong, when you explore those things intentionally, you start to create a durability in yourself, a belief about the book of your life. A belief, and that belief is not easily shaken. And so that durability follows you everywhere. It follows you home to your children. It follows you to work. It follows you to your wife. It follows you to your friendships. It follows you to the gym. That durability of who you are, literally anywhere you go, there you are. There's that durable, confident, structured version of yourself standing strong in his identity, unwavering, unaffected by the negativity that surrounds him in today's day and age, unaffected and certain in God's design of him. That's one of the dopest things that happens. It's amazing. Another thing that happens is a sense of sensitivity. And on the surface, that kind of sounds almost contradictory to being durable, right? It almost sounds like the opposite. But what actually happens is because you're so strong in who you believe yourself to be, well, now you're more sensitive to any time that you show up less than that idea. No longer can you spend days at a time being a different version of yourself or a false version of yourself because it's too loud. It's too loud and uncomfortable to be anything other than who God created you to be. It starts to and full of friction and tension, and you can't wait to course correct. You make the small adjustments to get back in line with who you know yourself to be. So durability creates a sensitivity, and that sensitivity follows you everywhere you go. So when you're in relationship with your wife and you show up something different than who you know yourself to be, well, now that course correction happens quickly. It happens on the spot sometimes. The duration between, oh, I showed up how I didn't want to show up, and then you repairing that, the duration starts to decrease till all of a sudden, even the thought of being anything other than yourself drives a course correction. Now you're self-correcting the whole time, actually learning to become exactly who you say you are. And then that it starts to spread out. It starts to spread out to, okay, now that sensitivity also makes me more available to feedback. And you start to see life, happenstance, circumstances as being just either evidence to or feedback for becoming exactly who you know yourself to be. I had a misstep or I made a mistake. And instead of identifying with that mishap or that mistake, I take it as feedback. I use it as information on how to get more closely in line with who I believe myself to be. Even emotionally, I feel angry about something. Instead of taking the ride of feeling angry about something, I actually look inward and I ask myself, what's actually making me angry here? And is it important or not important? I actually ask real questions because I'm too durable in the sense of my peace. I know that I'm a peaceful person. I know I'm kind and I'm gentle and I'm self-controlled. But here's this thing that's making me angry, making me uncertain. Let me look deeper into it. Not just go express my anger because I feel the emotion of anger. No. Let me look into it and ask myself questions because I'm sensitive to feedback. I'm open to feedback, to becoming more of who I know myself to be. And now you're just walking through life full of durability, full of strength and certainty and durability, who I believe myself to be, who God created me to be, and full of sensitivity. Anytime anything in my heart or my mind or my behaviors shows up anything other than what I know myself to be, autocorrection, self-correction, back in line, more information, a clearer map toward being exactly who I want to be. How applicable is that? How achievable is that? No longer is it, God, let me just pray and hope that I show up better every day. No. God, I believe in who you made me to be. And I know I'm certain in it. And anytime I show up anything other than that, I can self-correct and get closer in line with who you say that I am. What an awesome way to experience a little bit of heaven on earth, a little bit of sanctification, your life getting better now, today, not waiting till we cross the realm and go to heaven. Not then. I'm not waiting for my life to get better then. I'm going to get in line with who you say I am right now. I'm trying to get back to my intentional creation, full of the fruits of the Spirit: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, self-control, gentleness. I want to get back to that now, not later, now. And that's available. That's available to all of us. It's available to all of us if we can simply have the courage to explore our life, explore our upbringing, explore our future, pull out all of the gold that's inside of there. Durability and sensitivity. It feels good. Let me tell you.